My name is Sharon Muhammad, and I'm doing a quick tutorial on how to make these lovely face masks that are reversible, have ear loops, and also have a pocket. Okay, let's get started. First step, excuse my sewing table, is to take your cotton fabric and hand wash it. I like to hand wash it separately due to the dyes. You don't want this dye to bleed on to this. So you hand wash it, you squeeze it out, hang it, let it dry. It takes about an hour. So once that's completed, you take your pattern here and you're going to pin it to your fabric. Remember, you're cutting 4, okay? So if you wanted 2 different colors, you're going to cut 2 of one, and you're not going to cut it on a fold. You're going to cut 2 of one and then cut 2 of the other using that same pattern. Once that's done, your work will look like this. Okay? Once you cut both, you're going to go ahead and stitch 1/4 seam allowance, back stitch. Once you're finished stitching both, you're going to go ahead and nip along your seam. The reason why you do that is so when you open it, it's not so constricted. It opens it up, okay? So once you nip about 1/2 inch all around your seam, okay, you're going to go ahead and do a light pressing to press your seam to one side. Once that's done, go ahead and do your top stitching, okay? Make sure it stays on track as much as you can. Make it nice and neat because you're selling these or you're giving them away, and people don't like to walk around with crazy looking masks. Once those 2 are done, what you're going to do is you're going to pin your fabric right sides together, okay? And some people, especially in quilting, they'll nip these. We're not going to nip these. We're going to use these, okay? So what you're going to do is right sides together. And I don't know if you can see it. You're going to pin these 2 together, and it should look like a little butterfly, okay? Look like a little butterfly. So once you pin these together, you're going to take your elastic. Hopefully they pre-cut. You sat and pre-cut your elastic. You're going to take your elastic. I measure out 6 inches. 6 inches is normal for a male or female, but if you have a male or female with a smaller frame face, you might want to nip this down to 5.5 inches, okay? And for children, I use 5, okay? So once you have your pre-cut elastic, you need 2 for each mask, okay? You're going to take it. I like to do it if I'm doing different colors. I like to do it on the pattern side. 1/2 inch, I mean 1/2 inch, not 1/2, excuse me, 1/2 inch. My thumb is about 1/2 inch. I use that as a gauge. Either you can pin it and then sew it, or you can just sew it. I just normally put it here, put it under, and you're going to go 3 times. Forward, backward, forward, backward, forward, backwards, okay? Then you do this, and you're going to do it on both sides, okay? So this is how it should look, okay? Once that's completed, I have my ear loops on. You're going to do, this is the pocket, what is called a rolling hem. Normally rolling hems, you do 2, but in this case, we're only going to do 1. So you're going to do it on the wrong side of the fabric, roll it up just a pinch, and so the right side is rolled over to the wrong side. So when you do your rolling hem, you always do it on the wrong side. And then you're going to stitch along. I don't know if you can see that. Stitch along. Then I'll take my blue and do the same thing. Make sure it's on the same side. That's the reasoning for the pinning. You don't want one roll in hem over here and then the other one is over here. So make sure you're doing it along the same side. Roll your hem. Go ahead and stitch along. Okay. Once that's completed, take your fabric and pin. Okay. I pinned this way, so my stitches, I could start here and go around. If you happen to pin the other way, put 2 pins here, okay? So you won't sew your pocket. That's an indicator saying ding, ding, ding. Don't go past this part or start here, okay? Stitch around. Use a 1/4 seam allowance, okay? Once that's completed, your work should look like this, okay? That's 1/4 seam allowance, okay? After you stitch around, you're going to clip there. The only place you're not going to clip the corner is this one where the pocket opens, okay? But you're going to clip your corners, okay? That's a little off, sorry. Once after you clip your corners, turn your work right side out, okay? Like a magic trick. Turn your work right side out. Poke your corners out with your little poker or whatever you have to poke your corners out. Oh, also, I forgot to tell you, let's go back. When you're stitching, especially, you're going to backstitch a couple of stitches. Because when someone opens the pocket to put their filter in, you don't want the stitches to come loose. So make sure you backstitch, okay? So after you turn it right side out, it looks like this. Give it a light press. And here you can see my top stitching. It looks pretty nice. Give it a light press. After you give it a light press, okay, you're going to go ahead and top stitch around the edge and at the bottom. Remember not to close the pocket. I also do a little back stitch here as well because I want to make sure this is secure, okay? So once that is done, now you have your reversible mask. So if you want to be Superman today, or if he's going in the office, you want to look a little bit more professional, okay? I do have, I can put a nose clip in, but I don't have any more. My first 40 that I did, I had available nose clips, but you can insert your surgical mask if you're wearing one. This is like a surgical mask protector. Especially if you have to wear it all day in the hospital like us. Put it in, put your nose clip up here so you can pinch down on it, okay? And this is how you make a reversible mask. Also, at the end of the day, take it off, put it in a plastic baggie, you know, Ziploc baggie. Bring it in the house. Take the filter out, dispose of it. Take this, hand wash it. When you go in the bathroom, wash your hands, wash your mask. You know, squeeze it out. Have a hanger in the bathroom and hang dry. The next morning, especially if you only have one mask, go ahead and give it a light press and throw it on your face, okay? Thank you so much for watching my video.